إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله فإذا أوذي في الله جعل فتنة الناس كعذاب الله ولئن جاء نصر من ربك ليقولن إنا كنا معكم أوليس الله بأعلم بما في صدور العالمين وليعلمن الله الذين آمنوا وليعلمن المنافقين. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gave us the opportunity to be here in the intention to pray Salat al-Jum'ah. We should all say Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And Salat and Salam goes to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who taught us the deen, who taught us the way that we can achieve peace in our life. Allahumma salli alayhi, Allahumma barik alayhi. The topic of today's khutbah is, what will people say? I know it sounds kind of weird in terms of what kind of topic is that. As I was talking for the last 2 weeks about the test of Allah, but no test of Allah is hard upon most of the people than the test of the people. That most people do sins, most people disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thinking what will people say if I don't do this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that there are some people that say that we believe in Allah. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's test comes, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to do something, and because of that, what happens is that the people are hating them, people are saying things about them, they will think that it is a punishment of Allah, that people are against them. And when things are good, they say that we are with you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that does Allah not know that who has what in their hearts? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the next ayah that Allah knows that who has iman and who has in their heart nifaq, that who is a munafiq. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that the trait that when we disobey Allah, when we don't do something that we are supposed to do because we want to please some people, it is a trait of the munafiq. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we can stay away.
Amen.
As days pass by, from the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people have turned their intentions and made that they want to please people more than they want to please Allah. Let me give some example of how people want to please Allah and how people wants to please the people. During the time of the Sahabas radiallahu anhum, they always used to think what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will think about them. They wouldn't care what people will think. They wouldn't. You have one of the people, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Talib, who died as a kuffar. Now what happened to him is the Prophet ﷺ told him that, uncle, just say La ilaha illallah and I will take care of the rest. I will pray towards you. I will pray towards Allah so that Allah forgives you. But what did the uncle say? The uncle said that if I do that, then it will bring shame in my family. It will bring shame in the name of the family of Abdul Muttalib. So he disobeyed. So he didn't want to believe in Allah. This is how people are. This is how people are. The people don't want to follow Allah because they want to please the people. They care about what people say about them. They care about what people think about them. But that is a vile nature that we have. The Prophet ﷺ says in a Sahih Hadith in Ibn Majah, and Sa'id ibn Khudri radiyallahu anhu, he says that the Prophet ﷺ one day said to them, أَلَا أُخْبِرُكُمْ بِمَا هُوَ أَخْوَفَ عَلَيْكُمْ إِنْدِي مِنَ الْمَسِيحِ الدَّجَّالِ. Will I not tell you about something that I fear about you more than I fear about Dajjal? He fears about us more than the harm of Dajjal. Can you imagine? Then the Sahaba radiallahu anhum said that, yes, tell us. And he said, Ash-shirku khafi, small shirk. He fears about small shirk about us more than he fears about Dajjal will destroy us. And then he says, أَيَّقُومَ الرَّجُلُ يُصَلِّي فَيُزَيِّنُ صَلَاتَهُ لِمَا يَرَى مِنْ نَذْرِ رَجُلٍ. That a person will stand in salah and they make their salah so beautiful. They make their salah so good, so that people can see them. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we can stay away from the trait.
Amen.
Wallahi al-Azim, this trait has entered us so badly that every single thing that we are doing, it is as if we are doing for the sake of the people. That we are doing it for the sake of people are pleased with us. Nobody cares about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala these days. You ask a person, why are you reading the Quran? Anyone. They're going to say that, oh, because my parents say so. Why do you pray? Oh, because my parents will be angry at me if I don't pray. There's literally nothing about Allah. There's nothing. If the parents' power is gone, if the parents are old, they're never going to listen. They're never going to pray. They're never going to read the Quran. The parents are weak. They're not going to do any harm. They feared their parents more than Allah. Literally. This is what happened to us. Our iman has been in a situation that we fear people, we think about people, we think about what people are saying about us. That is all that matters to us. Literally. You think about people are showing pride, people are showing off about their luxurious things and doing pride. They're doing it for the people too. Have you seen a person, he doesn't have no money at all, but he has to have a lavish wedding party. Doesn't have any money. Why? Because, oh, my cousin did that. My cousin had a huge wedding party. I have to do that. What will people say? Exactly. What will people say? In the end of the day, that is what matters to us. What will people say? Because of that, we are doing haram. Your wife is telling you that I need a new clothes every day. And you want to give that because you love her. But at the same time, you don't have any money. So most of the people, many of the people, they will actually go into haram. They will go into haram earning so that they can please the wife. Children are wanting something, you don't have the money. You're going to go into haram. Why? Because children will be pleased. Again, what will people think of us? That is the trait that entered us. We care about people so much that we forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't send us in this dunya so that we care about what people say about us. But we care about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about us. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we can put Allah in our intentions.
Amen.
Because if we continue in this path, what will happen is, it is as if that only thing that we want in our life is dunya. That is all we want. Nothing will happen. I talk about this hadith many times. The hadith in Tirmidhi, hadith from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. One day some people came to Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu and said that, can you teach us something? Can you teach us something of Islam? And Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu started crying. Started instantly crying. And they are like, why is he crying? And then he stops crying and then says, will I tell you something that the Prophet ﷺ said? Again he starts crying. 3 times it happened. And after that he said that the Prophet ﷺ said that there will be 3 kinds of people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open Jahannam with. He will open what with? Jahannam with. Not with kuffars, no. Not with kuffars. He will not open Jahannam with kuffars. The Prophet ﷺ says, first one is a reciter of the Quran, a hafiz. So Allah will say to the hafiz that I gave you the Quran, what did you do with it? And the hafiz will say what he used to do, which is read Quran day and night, pray tahajjud all night, good things. And then the second person is, Allah gave him a lot of wealth and he used to donate. So then Allah will say, what did you do with the money? And he will say that I used to donate in your path. That is true, he did. And the third person, he lost his life in the path of Allah. Allah will say, what did you do with your life? He said, I worship you with my life and then I died in your path. That's the best thing ever. But then Allah will say to the first person that you are a liar. The angels will say you are a liar. Why? Because you used to read the Quran so that people say good things about you. You know? That is what happens. People say good about us. Second person, Allah will say you're a liar and the angels will say you're a liar. Why? Because you used to donate so that people call you that, oh, such a person. He used to donate a lot. Amazing person. That is why you used to donate. That was in your heart. And the third person, Allah will say that you died not for the sake of me, but you died so that people say, look at this person, so brave. He died in the path of Allah. Look at it. Brothers and sisters of Islam, many of us, we are praying so that people are happy with us. People are not there, Salah is gone. Salah is weak. Salah is there, but weak. You know? Dad is here, and you're praying in the masjid. Dad is gone, you're not even praying. Things happen sometimes. People are becoming hafiz. Why? Because, oh, so that my dad can show pride. My son is a hafiz, mashallah. Let's pray all together. This is the type of people we are these days. You know? They're bragging to every single one, and you're feeling happy on the outside. Oh, alhamdulillah, I pray. My dad is telling to other people, I pray. This is the type of people, this is the type of mentality we have. And do you know, after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put them in Jahannam. Straight put them in Jahannam. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam after that read 2 ayahs. Read 2 ayahs about these 2 people. About these 3 kinds of people. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. من كان يريد الحياة الدنيا وزينتها نوفي إليهم أعمالهم فيها وهم فيها لا يبخسون أولئك الذين ليس لهم في الآخرة إلا النار وحبط ما صنعوا فيها وباطل ما كانوا يعملون. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the reason he was crying is because of these 2 ayahs. And these 2 ayahs that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, it means man kana yuridu al-hayat ad-dunya, whoever wants the life of dunya, that people are gonna praise me, people are gonna be happy with me. So good, you know, honor. وَزِينَتَهَا, and the beauty of it. نُوَفِّي إِلَيْهِمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ, I will give them the benefit of the amal in the dunya. And they will have nothing in the akhirah. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ لَيْسَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ إِلَّا النَّارِ, These are the type of people that there will be nothing except that they will go to Jahannam. There will be only fire. Na'udhu billah. وَحَبِطَ مَا صَنَعُوا فِيهَا وَبَاطِلٌ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. What they did, it will not help them at all. Their good deeds, what they did, it will not help them. And what they did was so worthless. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Hafiz doesn't get a chance, you know. You're probably thinking that, oh, I'm a Hafiz, I can do whatever I want. I can take 10 people to Jannah. Not that easy. Not that easy. Intention is bad, not gonna happen. I'm a Shaheed. I donate a lot. Doesn't matter. If the intention is messed up, nothing matters. And there are these kind of people that I've seen in my life that they use Quran and Sunnah to make you follow dunya. Wallahi lazim. How? Let me explain. One day this person calls me, parent. This person calls me that my son told me that music is haram. I'm like, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing your son said. And then then the parent is saying that, but you know, we are parents. I mean, if the son says it, that hurts. And then quoting a hadith to me. And the hadith is like this. The Prophet ﷺ says, رِضَى الرَّبِّ فِي رِضَى الْوَالِدِ وَسَخَطُ الرَّبِّ فِي سَخَطِ الْوَالِدِ. Allah is happy when the parents are happy. Allah is unhappy when the parents are unhappy. I was like, subhanallah, this hadith is true, but not used in the right path. Ibrahim a.s.'s dad, was he happy with Ibrahim a.s.? If someone can say that Ibrahim a.s.'s dad was happy with Ibrahim a.s., I have nothing to say. You cannot prove it. The Qiyamah will happen, you cannot prove it. Ibrahim a.s.'s dad was not happy. Never. And then you are telling your son, hey son, you have to do this. It's haram. And your son tells you it's haram and you feel sad. Nobody cares. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to care, it is completely different. We don't understand about following a person. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to follow your parents. And yes, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if you disobey your parents, you will go to Jahannam. That's for sure. But we don't get it what it means. We are like, son, you have to drink alcohol with me. What will people say? There are some people like that. Wallahi lazim. And if the son doesn't do it, hadith. Allah doesn't like you anymore. Because I don't like you. You know? And there are some husbands, they also know hadith. One hadith they only know. And the hadith is, the Prophet ﷺ says from Tirmidhi, أَيُّمَا امْرَأَةٍ مَاتَتْ وَزَوْجُهَا عَنْهَا رَاضٍ دَخَلَتِ الْجَنَّةِ. Whichever woman dies and the husband is happy with her, she goes to Jannah. Straight. Again, Fir'aun was not happy with Asiya, but Asiya goes to Jannah, exactly. Now the thing is, we gotta understand that we don't understand what it means to follow someone. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to follow someone, that following cannot go against Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It can't. Your husband is telling you, hey, my friends are coming over, you cannot wear hijab today. It's just one day, you know? What will my friends say? They're gonna say that your wife is too religious. Like, what did you marry? Come on. You know? And the wife is thinking like, wait, didn't the Prophet ﷺ say that if the husband is not satisfied, I go to Jahannam? Great. So she takes off the hijab. You know, amazing. Like the way people follow. There was this friend of mine when I was in school. I told him, you gotta pray. You should pray 5 times. You should have beard. You should put your clothing above your ankle. Every single thing from the hadith. 5 days later, he tells me that I cannot be with you anymore, Sadma. I can't. I'm like, why? Because you're telling me too much about Islam. My parents are not appreciating it. Do you not know what the Prophet ﷺ said? If I disobey my parents, I will go to Jannah. I'm like, wow. This is the type of mentality we have these days. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين. O believers, be with the truth and be shuhada, be the witness towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of what you're doing. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, even if the truth goes against you, if it hurts you, you're saying something truth, you are standing for something good and it hurts you. Even if it hurts your parents. Who said that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that. But some people, they read the ayah like, no, it's probably not about us. No, of course not. Yeah, it's never about us. The Quran is for someone else. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, even if it is aqrabin, even if it is for your close family members. إِيَّكُنْ ضَنِيًّا أَوْ فَقِيرًا فَاللَّهُ أَوْلَى بِهِمَا. Even if those people are rich or poor, it doesn't matter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more befitting for the right. فَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا الْهَوَىٰ أَن تَعْدِلُوا. And do not follow your desires or you will get destroyed. What is the desire? Something is truth. Something is going on that is very injustice happening, oppression is happening, which your husband is doing, your parents are doing, your siblings are doing, your society is doing. But you are thinking, what will people think? You know, they're gonna say that I'm creating fitna. I'm creating fasad in this dunya, you know. They're drinking alcohol, you know, they're not wearing hijab, my family members not wearing hijab, nobody cares. I mean, if I say to them, it's a fitna in this family. The bond in the family will be gone. And Allah said that al-fitna tu ashaddu min al-qatl. Indeed, fitna is worse than killing. Like some ayahs that people quote these days. Fascinating. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you do that, you are actually following your desires. And if you do follow your desires, then you will get destroyed. You're not going to be in the right path. So, brothers and sisters of Islam, throughout your life, you will see that every single moment of your life, that you have an opportunity to be in the right path or the opportunity to be in the wrong path. And you will see that with the wrong path, you will see that your friends are calling you, your family members are calling you, they are calling you, husband, wife, everyone is calling you. But if you want to please them against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then know that we are just trying to worship as if we are worshipping them. That is what is happening. This person got a question one day. This person, Mufti, got a question, and the question was like this. My wife said that because I'm keeping beard, my wife said that if you don't cut off your beard, then I will put gasoline on myself, and I will burn myself to death. So that person said to the Mufti, what should I do? And the Mufti says straightforward, your wife is shaitan. Divorce her. I mean, obviously. So many people, they chop off their beard. So many people, they don't even pray. So many people, they don't send money to their parents because wife says so. You know, fitna in the family, worse than qital, worse than killing. What can I do? This is what is happening to us. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we can understand. Amen. And there are some people that are doing injustice in the society. They're doing dhulum in the society, forcing upon a person, and they're talking about honor. That what will people say? What will happen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that whose trait is that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran about the munafiqs. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الذين يتخذون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين أيبتغون عندهم العزة فإن العزة لله جميعا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that those who make the kuffars, the non-believers, the ungrateful people as their friends instead of the believers, أَيَبْتَغُونَ عِنْدَهُمُ الْعِزَّةِ, do they seek from them izzah, honor, that they will honor them? You know, sometimes that you don't pray, you go to school, you don't pray, you are doing drugs. You don't have to tell to anyone. You know you're doing drugs. So when you're doing drugs and you're thinking, you know, if I don't do drugs, if I don't pray, then if I pray, then what will my friends say? I mean, they will leave me, you know? And if I do what they're doing, then they will honor me. Like, I will be in the same group. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to say. By the way, same thing happens to Muslims these days. You know, same thing, the first example I say, that person did a lavish wedding. He spent $100,000. You earn $15,000 a year. And you want to spend it, come on. Like, try to understand, like, who are you trying to show your pride to? You know? Like, what is going on? What is the showing off manner so that you can please people? They're going to forget about you 3 days later. People care about honor so much. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that فَإِنَّ عِزَّةَ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا, that all the honor, every single honor belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In another part, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He gives honor to whoever He wants and He shames whoever He wants. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gets kicked out from his society. Ibrahim alayhi salam gets kicked out from his society. Ayyub alayhi salam gets kicked out from the society. I mean, most of the prophets got kicked out from the society. The people hated them. And you care about which random person told you about something, and that is why we are doing dhulm against people. Who cares about what people will say? Do we even know our grandfather's grandfather name? We don't. Honestly, we don't. There will be like a person raising their hand like, oh, I know. I know my grandfather's grandfather name. Actually, I know my grandfather's grandfather's grandfather's. Nobody cares, honestly. The reason nobody cares is because most people don't care about who is whose grandfather, and most people don't even know their grandfather's grandfather's name. The reason I'm saying that is that they also cared about honor too. They also cared what people say, but you are the descendant, directly descendant, and you don't even know the name. Forget about honor. You don't even know the name. So what is gonna happen? Like, you care about what people say. You die, 1 week later they don't care. They don't even know you existed anymore. Like, oh, who? Muhammad, what? Exactly, that is what happens to us. But we still care. Shaitan has entered our hearts in a way that every single thing that we do it for the people. We should do every single thing for the sake of Allah. And when we can achieve that, trust me, peace will enter your heart. Because the moment we think about what will people say, then peace will not enter. The Prophet ﷺ, when he gave da'wah, Abu Lahab denied him, and not only that, the Prophet ﷺ's 2 daughters were married to Abu Lahab's 2 sons. And what happened is, Abu Lahab forced the sons to divorce them. If Prophet ﷺ thought about what people say, that, oh, because of me, my daughters got divorced. That is what happens to us. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we don't care about what people say. May Allah give us tawfiq so that we can do what we are supposed to do for the sake of Allah. Allahumma ameen. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala an-nabi, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. We should all say the dua. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد ربنا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
آمين.
اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل، ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم وأقيموا الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.